What's going on, everybody? I am eating things, and this you're watching Less Than Rhetorical. Today, we're going to be going over the callouts for Kafe, and one thing that you need to recognize whenever you're thinking about callouts is there's some generic callouts that you're going to see, like universal callouts that have multiple meanings, no matter which map that you're on. So if you haven't been watching, I've been going through callouts. I started with a coastline video. I'm now going through Kafe. I'm just trying to walk through. The objective here is to walk through callouts that you would see in platinum level play and below, to help you get a picture of, really to help my team. This is mainly for my team. Get a picture of where somebody is, where you want to push in a certain objective, or basically communicate what you want to do. So there are some universal or callouts that have different meanings on different maps. Usually you might make a callout that's generic, like a color, like red. And obviously you'd be looking for the portion of the map that is the color red. Default is a very common callout. As you get used to the default plant positions, or positions that people generally take when the attackers take site, they'll plant in a default location. There aren't really any default plant locations. I mean, there are default plant locations that used to be more default, but they're just not very default anymore. Just because the game is played differently and it's had 8 years of evolution. But there are some sites, some specific locations, especially on Kafe, that there's really not a good call out for that location except just default. And so what people are saying when they say default is generally where somebody would normally plant the bomb. And so default's a common call out. You'll hear that on different maps. 90 is a common call out. Usually look for a 90-degree angle. Double is a common call out. Double, like double door. Usually that's the wider door on the map versus a single door, which would be a smaller door. Single is usually a call out for like a wall, though, where there's a single reinforcement that would be used for that wall. Harry Potter is a very common call out that you'll hear on different maps. Anything that's underneath a staircase, because that's where Harry Potter grew up, was under the staircase. So anybody that's underneath a staircase is usually called Harry Potter. Half wall, anywhere there's a spot where somebody's like behind a shelf where their head can stick above. That's a lot of times people will call that half wall. I'll show you a couple of places in Kafe that you could call half wall. It's more frequently in like maps like Border. I think there's probably a place or two in Consulate now, but I don't remember so much on the new map. Let me think of some others here. Sometimes you'll hear box or connector for certain areas. Usually a connector call out means it's like connecting two sites together. Or breach is usually a call out indicating they're over by where the attackers would breach a wall or have already breached the wall. Tucked is a call out where you can expect someone to be kind of like tucked in close to a wall or close to a corner. In fact, just people call close, you know, when somebody is really close to you, means they're like really close to where you're looking or really close to your location. Going along with like half wall, there's a common call out that's on lots of maps called head glitch. Head glitch is, you know, usually you'd hear a call out like he's behind half wall, he's head glitching the half wall, or he's head glitching the whatever. It usually means they're crouched behind something and they're shooting above it, and all you can see is their head. It used to be very powerful But I don't know. It's just called head glitch when somebody's poking their head out. You can see that in multiple different places. I'll try to point that out in Cafe. Let me think of some others. Pixel is a call out you're going to hear a lot. Not necessarily in a lot of places, but whenever an enemy can get a pixel peek on you, sometimes that ends up being a well-known angle, and then it ends up being called pixel. There's one of those in Cafe. I guess you might even hear call-outs like he's behind the punch hole. Like if somebody puts a punch hole in the wall, then you could call out, oh, he's shooting you through a punch hole, and that would give someone the indication of where they would look, where they need to look for that punch hole. But of course, you give other directions with that, like what wall is it? It's the freezer wall, or whatever the case might be. So, all right, let's hop into the Christmas market spawn, and I'm just gonna grab Sledge, and all we really need is the hammer. I think we'll be good. Okay. And let me walk you around the outside of the map first. And then
and defuse a bomb.
After we look at the outside of the map, we'll go inside and we'll take it floor by floor. There's 3 floors in Cafe. There's the first floor, the second floor, and third floor. And there's 2 sites, 2 bomb sites on the second floor, which are basically the same bomb site. 1 site on the third floor and 1 site on the first floor. This Christmas market spawn, there's a lot of places called Christmas on Cafe. That's mainly because there are Christmas trees on Cafe. And so if you spawn over here, this is Christmas market spawn, where they spawned Christmas. One thing you have to be aware of is as soon as you come out, if you come out this way, this window up here is called the piano window. And we'll see at the top later on that this whole area here, lounge or piano or cigar, some people call it, cigar lounge that is, this whole area is a real danger zone for anyone spawning over here, because as soon as you run out, bam, bam, you can get shot from here. There's also a door down here. Sometimes people will put a little peek hole right in the door right there, and think how hard that is to see. You're looking up here, you're worried about this, you're worried about this, and somebody shoots you straight from this door. So this is not the way to go. People in lower elo will run this way all the time and get fried. So I typically, if I spawn over here, which I don't spawn over here very frequently, I don't like to go through here because I can get shot from these 2 windows here. I like to go around this way, round from behind, and then I can take this one at a time. I've got, oh, I even missed it. That's the first window I'm gonna look at. And then up here is the second window I'm gonna look at. Kind of have to be careful of this one too. Shoot the default cam. And that's the third window. And then now I can worry about the door. So if you take them one at a time, you're more likely to survive. People do like to run out on this window right here. And they'll run out and they'll shoot people who are spawning over here. This is the Riverside spawn. River docks? Riverside? River docks. See, it says on top of the compass. So you'll spawn down here, which is this beautiful, nice little lake. Run up here. You can shoot the default cam from there. I like to go left. Some people go right. Sometimes I go right if I'm like really aggressive. If I go right though, you gotta worry about this window, and you gotta worry about this window run out. People will hop out of this window, run out here, and shoot at you. If you do it at 48 seconds into the round, 2:48 that is, where the clock reads 2:48, and jump out this window, you can usually get a pic of somebody who's not paying attention, who's running toward the building like this. There's also this door to be careful of. So there's this window up here by pillar window and this reception door. And then there's actually a window over here as well, but you can't really see people from here. These are the only two angles you can, these are the three angles you can get killed from on a spawn peek from river docks. So I like to go left. You worry about this window first. So you would, do a quick peek on that window, make sure it's closed. And then the next thing to worry about is just this door, but the truck's in the way, so you can just worry about that window. I take it back. The next thing to worry about is this window here, and then this door. You can keep running to the left if you wanted to. Don't go up here. Don't be that guy. That guy who's like, I'm going to take glass and I'm going to snipe him, and I'm up here and, oh, I can't see anything because there's nothing to see up here. Yeah, don't be that guy. So go get in the building. This is pretty safe to go all the way over here. I mean, you got to worry about that door for a second. Then you just have this window to worry about and the run out from the door. That's it. And of course you could go into those doors there, which I'll take you in at a later time. Up here is the exit terrace. A lot of people just call this snow because there's snow here. So people will say snow door. They're referring to this door right here. Or terrace door. There's another name for it, which I'll tell you when we're inside. And this is the final spawn over here on Park. This is my favorite spawn, personally. You usually spawn somewhere back here. I do not recommend this, but you could do this. You could come up here on this ladder and try to get a pick off of somebody who's spawn peeking out of this window or this window or this window. Those are the only three windows you really have to worry about. But if you don't do that and you just start like any average player, you can come to the right here. You can't get spawn peeked. Shoot the default cam. Push up. Notice like right here, if you walk to the right, you could get seen from this window, but it's really small. You push up. Again, you could be seen from that window, but if you push up to here and then cross over, you really can't be seen by any spawn peaks. And then you're pretty much safe. Like, they can't really kill you over here. So this is my favorite way to spawn. I like to run this course over here. It is safest. It's not fastest, but it's safest if you're trying to get to the roof, which most everybody always goes to the roof, to rappel up where I just rappelled up and then rappel up here. That's the safest way. Which I should show you the roof real quick, since we're doing the outside of the map first and then we're going inside. I'll show you the roof. This is a comprehensive cafe video, by the way, guys. So everything you want to know about cafe, here it is. This is the roof. Here's the three main places you need to know on the roof are the skylight, new hatch, because that wasn't there in the old cafe before the rework, and red hatch. This is above red stairs. So when I break this open, you can see the red stairs. If I break this open, you can see the new balcony. This is a balcony that was not here before in the old cafe. And this is the new hatch on top of new balcony. And here's the skylight. People come up here and peek this skylight like early round all the time. And I get a kill, I mean, a lot, just from holding angles on the skylight. Because if you think about it, when you peek here, I'm not talking about me holding angles from outside. I get a kill as a defender holding angles from inside, because there's all these angles you have to worry about from as an attacker. You have to worry, are they at the door? Are they here behind the bar? Are they here at this door? Are they tucked to the right here? Are they inside the bar? Are they in this door? Are they here? The defenders only have to worry about one angle. Are you on the right side or are you on the left side? I mean, that's it. I think I just messed those up. From a defender's perspective, this would be the right, that would be the left, but still, that's it. They just have to point at one of those two sides, and you're gonna walk up and be like, I'm gonna take a peek, and boom, you're dead from somebody holding an angle. So be careful peeking this skylight, especially early round. Before you peek it, you can toss your drone right up here, and you can just take a look around and see, is anyone holding me? Is anyone got an angle on me? Am I gonna get shot as soon as I peek this skylight? And that's the best way to go about this. So take that drone back. All right, let's go down and check out the map from below. I guess I should take us down over here. Cafe's a really good map. I think it's not really like good and bad maps. Okay, there is bad maps. Tower's a bad map. But Cafe's a good map. I like Cafe a lot. It gets banned a lot more frequently than I think it deserves to be banned. But let's just go through the first floor. I'm going to take you through all the callouts on the first floor, and then we'll work our way up. I think the best way to do this, so that it makes sense, is to kind of walk you through the floor and then walk you through the site and pause. Let's walk through the site at the same time. So I'm going to walk you through the floor and then talk through the site also, like where's the site, what's the basic setup of the site, and then we'll walk through callouts along with it. So this is VIP corridor on the map, but most people just call this White Hall or bottom white stairs. Personally, bottom white is what I call this. And bottom white can refer to a guy anywhere over here. Now, some people might call this Harry Potter. Oh, he's playing Harry Potter, he's by the chairs. Oh, he's playing Harry Potter, he's by the planks or whatever. They're kind of planks right there. But personally, I don't like to call that Harry Potter because there's another Harry Potter on the map, and I'll show it to you later. I just call this either garage door, like because this is a garage door, or bottom white, just bottom white stairs. And that means he could be anywhere over here, and you just have to be careful. And then this would be like, oh, he's up on white landing, bottom white landing. You know, you could call that. I wouldn't get so specific with ladder because people aren't going to know where the ladder is. But you could, I guess. He's, you know, up white stairs on the ladder. Usually, when you're attacking, one guy's taking here, another guy's opening this here, and you've got angles. So you might have somebody who's kind of back here, and you know you're holding this door for any runouts, and then you're peeking right here to see, is he up on top white landing? And I might call that top white. So it's kind of perspective, right? If I was upstairs, I'd say top white. I meant something different. But if we're attacking the downstairs site or we're entering from here, I can call top white, and my team kind of knows what I mean. Because I just mean he's up on the white landing up here, and he's not down bottom white. So this is bottom white. This is the freezer door. These two walls, freezer wall. These two walls will be reinforced anytime you're playing downstairs, or there might be a mirror here or here, you know, and they're trying to get a peek or something. But usually these are reinforced and cated off or electrified or banded or mute or something, because the site is right inside here. In fact, I'll just open this up. Here's freezer, and you can see like the meat racks. You know, this is freezer. I don't get super specific with the calls in here. I don't say things like he's freezer meat racks or he's freezer kegs, or I don't say that because first of all, I'm not high enough elo for it. to really matter. But second of all, people move. So if you say he's freezer, I mean, he's out of freezer in seconds, so freezer is a good enough call out. The bomb chassis will be right here. And so this is the site. Right here's the site. Here's the kitchen site. And the other bomb chassis will be right here. This is all the kitchen site. Both of these areas are areas you can plant. You can't plant in freezer, so don't try. You have to go in this door to be able to plant. Let's come back outside the site, and we'll walk around the site, and then I'll walk you through the site setup. But those two walls will be reinforced. So this is bottom white or white corridor. There are other like white halls, so I don't call this white hall, but I mean, you could call it white hall too. This is VIP. What I usually do to distinguish between somebody who's playing here and somebody who's playing like over here, this is bottom white to me, but this is VIP double door or VIP corridor at this point. Because people will look toward VIP, this is VIP. People have different calls for this. Some people call this Christmas because there's a Christmas tree. I always joke because people call out Christmas and they could be talking about this. They could be talking about...
You have located a bomb
site. This. They could be talking about... the Christmas spawn. Or they could be talking about this up here. Christmas. So just make sure you're very specific. Shoot the radio. Make sure you're very specific with the call out if you're going to call it Christmas. Personally, I don't call it Christmas. This is Nubauk, by the way. I like to just call this VIP because that's what it's called. So this is VIP. I wouldn't call this Christmas. That's me personally. This is VIP wall. People play in different areas of VIP, but they don't like anchor in here. They're roaming, so they're usually moving around a lot. So if somebody's in this area and you just call VIP, that's good enough. This is VIP single door. This is VIP double door, or you might call this dining door because this is dining right here. People will sometimes hang out right over here for a spawn peak, and then when they can't get one, they'll hang out over here and try to swing people coming in different areas. So this is dining. Here's the dining half wall. So remember I talked about we'd be calling things half wall. So this is the dining half wall. Hey, he's head glitching on dining half wall means there's someone with their head right there. Somewhere on dining half wall. So I know if somebody called, hey, he's head glitching on dining half wall, I know where to point my gun. Exactly right there. And so I can kill him with a pre-fire. This right here, I know you might be like, well, what's this called? I mean, not a lot of people head glitch over here, but I mean, they could. Honestly, I'd just call this bottom brown stairs. He's head glitching by bottom brown in dining. So just be specific with the call out, like exactly what you're trying to call out. These are the brown stairs. I think some people also call these main stairs, or I've also heard gold stairs because it's kind of like gold right there. But if you look down, the typical call is brown because everything's brown here. So these are the brown stairs, and they don't go all the way up to the third floor. They only go up to the second floor. This area here, remember there was a bar upstairs that we saw when we looked down in the skylight? Well, this is also called bar. So to distinguish between the two, people call this whiskey because there's whiskey bottles back here. So this is whiskey. I wouldn't call this chairs necessarily, but if someone's playing this side, I call it outer whiskey bar, or maybe checkered, because some people look at the checkered floor here. Personally, I think people will hear whiskey and know where you're talking about. Oh, he's pushing whiskey. He's coming toward Red Hall, or he's pushing whiskey. He's going toward White Stairs. Like, you know where that guy is. Inner whiskey bar. That's sometimes a call. He's inner whiskey because people will hide here. And this is actually, you can actually shoot. I think you can shoot. Just let me see. Yeah, you can. So you can shoot through this here, and you can get angles on people like coming down brown stairs or coming in the dining like window over here, because that's the dining window that looks out toward River Docks. Toward the River Docks spawn. So people might hide behind this bar and shotgun it out and try to get peeks on people coming in right over here. So inner whiskey. This is the whiskey single wall. This one here is the VIP single wall. So to distinguish between the two, because they both head toward whiskey. But this is a great way, like, if you knew someone was whiskey, inner whiskey. Oh, he's inner whiskey bar. I can free fire that. And I've got a good shot of picking up a kill because he'll be crouch height. And here I am shooting him from here. This whole area here is red hallway because of this red carpet. Or red carpet. Some people might just call red carpet. There are other red hallways, but this is the one that people most frequently call out. The red double door could refer to this, or some people might call this red double door, but I like to call this kitchen double door because it's the kitchen door. That would be the freezer. So we're back in kitchen. This is the site. There's another red wall, but this is the wall. Like if you're playing first floor and you're attacking, oh my goodness, shoot the radios. If you're playing first floor and you're attacking kitchen, then this right here is the red wall. Like, hey, we're gonna breach red wall, and we're gonna gain kitchen control. And you can see if I breach this, I'm immediately in sight, and I could be planting here. Maybe right here would be a good plant spot for something like that. And if you take River Docks and you spawn in over here, and you send your team like to take dining control and to take control of whiskey and Red Hall, and then this is reception. So maybe you push into reception and then push into the coat window. Or coat check, because look, there's coats, and this is the coat check room. So, and then of course you would shoot the radio as soon as you come in, because why wouldn't you? So this is coat check. This is the coat window or the reception window, because you know either way, reception is this side, coat's this side. So he's at the coat window. He's at the reception window. Okay, I know where he's at. Coat check door. Again, this is. I mean, you could call this whiskey double door too. Whiskey double door or red double door. A couple of different names for it. There is another door over here, but this door, this is small bakery double door because it leads into the small bakery. Why is this called small bakery? Because this is the bakery and it's bigger. So the bakery is bigger, so this is the small bakery. Here's what I would call Harry Potter. He's playing Harry Potter. To me, there's only one Harry Potter that I would look at in this map. And that's because everybody will play here. Not everybody, but a lot of people will play right down here. They can get angles this way. They can hold real passive. They wait for people to hop in and then they swing them. People hop in this window all the time. This is the small bakery window. People will come from River Docks or from Christmas market spawn and hop in this small bakery window. And so it's really easy to get a kill on them by swinging after they've hopped in or as they're hopping in from this Harry Potter area. So if you wanted to get super specific, you could call Harry Potter Red Stairs or Red Stairs Harry Potter, or he's bottom red Harry Potter, or he's red hallway Harry Potter, you know, whatever you want to call, but he's tucked in Harry Potter. Okay, let's go into small bakery. Some people have like call outs for, oh, you know, he's chairs, or he's like on the table, because people will play up here. I play up here sometimes and get a kill because it's an off angle. Or they'll put a rotate here. What? Did you see that? Like, seriously. It didn't break. All right. Anyway, they'll put a rotate here, and maybe they'll call small bakery rotate or something like that. This is the small bakery or the bakery single wall. You can call it either small or, you know, just single wall. Small bakery wall is fine too, but it's the single wall that gets reinforced all the time because people like to play back here as defenders. And from here, I do this. I can play and get peeks on this door. I can hop up if I wanted to. I can, you know, play back kind of passive and hold. I can hold this angle for when people come in. There's just a lot of advantages to playing back there, and it kind of slows down the push because one of the default pushes is to take bakery control and small bakery control. You have to do this first. You have to take small bakery control and maybe a little bit of red, and then take bakery control. And this prevents you, if you've got small bakery control, then kind of prevents you from getting flanked from anybody over here. And if you've got bakery control, then now you can work on either breaching this wall and pushing your way in this way, or breaching this wall is the much more common breach. And then you've got a couple of common plant spots now. I could just go forward right here and plant where my head is down and people can't really shoot me because you bend down some when you plant. I could plant over here. I could plant back here. Or I could plant the default plant spot right here behind the bomb chassis, which you can't see the bomb chassis, but it would be right here. And so this is like the default plant by prep door, because this is prep right here. This area back here in bakery is called cupcake. He's playing the cupcake counter. He's behind cupcake. The reason why it's called cupcake is because these are cupcakes. And so someone will be head glitching behind cupcake half wall, like that. Like I'm behind this little half wall. Or I'm behind the cupcake counter. You know that I'm somewhere back here, and you know where to look for me. All right, so small bakery into bakery. Got cupcake. This is the bakery double door. It's a double door, it's wider. Bakery single door or small bakery door. Bakery double door. This is the prep wall because it leads into prep. This is the kitchen wall, or the bakery wall is what everybody calls it, bakery wall. Don't call it kitchen wall, call it bakery wall. Here's prep. Sometimes you'll have somebody head glitching in prep over here. Because if you think about it, when you push in here, you're worried about this window, which is kitchen window or cooking window. I'll get into that in a second. It's also called rice because right back here are a bunch of bags of rice. And so somebody might be playing rice and they're playing back over here. That's what it means by them playing rice. Or I just call it kitchen window. So, oh, they're playing kitchen window. It means he's right here. Okay. They're playing behind the bomb chassis. Could be like here, or it could be like here facing this way behind the bomb chassis. And this is the prep single door here into kitchen, or, you know, he's at the prep door. He's at the bakery door, prep door into bakery, prep door into kitchen. You just might want to distinguish between the two. This counter right here is called, so some people call this like K1 and K2. I just call this cooking. So this whole area of the map is cooking, because notice this is kitchen and this is kitchen. So how do we distinguish between the two? This area is kitchen service, and this area here, this whole side, is kitchen cooking. This to me is cooking. Whenever he's playing back here, he's back behind the cooking counter, because this is where everybody's doing all the cooking. So he's somewhere back over here. Oh, he's playing behind cooking counter. This is a very common spot for a defender to hold. Sometimes there'll be a rotate into red here, sometimes there won't, but it's very common for people to hold here. This is marked by trash cans, so I would call this trash. Or if you wanted to go K1 and K2, that'd be K1. This is K2, where he's playing behind this little counter.
15 seconds remaining.
In here, we'll get to
10
here in a second.
5 seconds. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Cafe's a big map. I didn't realize how long this would actually take to go through Cafe. I'm probably being a little more detailed than I need to, but I could run through much faster, but it's more fun to take our time. Let's, I'm going to put the bomb site upstairs, but I'm going to go downstairs and finish kitchen. Let's grab smoke. Okay.
Bomb location
Okay.
secure.
We're going to go down white stairs. All right. So as far as reinforcements go, those two reinforcements there have to be done. I would open this up. This gives you angles into to see any attackers that are pushing this direction. A lot of people would open up part of this here, reinforce in the middle here, and then open this up here. Now, personally, I don't think it's bad to open this up here, but I like footholds. And the reason why I like footholds is because then attackers can't gain control of this here and have a full view into sight. It is kind of hard to see people from here. And not a lot of defenders are going to be playing here by the prep door, tucked in by the prep door. But still, I think I'd rather leave that, leave that soft and open this up. And that's just so that your guy who's playing back here can see when they come into kitchen, and he can wallbang somebody who's coming in. You can also play rice back here and get nice angles right through here, and that's one of the reasons you would want to open this up right here. That would be a good thing to open. And then you can play kitchen window. This here is dishes or sinks, because there are 2 sinks here and there's a bunch of dishes. So if somebody's playing here, they're playing in dishes. This whole floor above here is soft, so just be aware you can get fused easily from here. This is the freezer window. It's not the kitchen window, because that's the kitchen window, and because this goes into freezer. So this is the freezer window. You want to have those 2 walls reinforced, and you want to reinforce the freezer hatch. And this is soft as well. But not a lot of people will play in freezer. It's much more frequent that people will play in bunker, which is this area. It can also be called coffee. I love the call out coffee, so I call it coffee all the time because there are 2 coffee cups here and there's espresso machines. So this is coffee. And then the bomb chassis will be here. So, someone might play behind the bomb and try to get long angles this way. I like this angle right here and try to watch the prep door walk in from behind the bomb and then shoot people as they're trying to walk in as a defender. So, yeah, that's pretty much kitchen. All right. And people play back here very frequently as well. Yeah. Here's another like half wall in kitchen service. I would just call this, hey, he's by the kitchen window at the half wall. So that my guy who's coming in here would check that first because he's looking for kitchen window. I think that covers the first floor of cafe. These are the red stairs. We're going to go up the red stairs. Oh, yeah. I meant to tell you attack plans. So, or defensive setups. All right, so reinforce this wall. Always, well, I would recommend you reinforce both these walls. You could leave them, some teams leave them soft nowadays. Some even put like a rotate into bakery and they try to extend out and play bakery like this. You got to be careful for rotating because of that door. Personally, I don't like a rotate here. I just like this reinforced. This wall here is also optional. You could put a rotate here and then play off of it. I know Brandon, who plays with plays on my team, hates this. Absolutely hates this rotate. So you can just reinforce this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The hatch is 6, 7, 8. That leaves you with 2 reinforcements left. You're going to reinforce this wall. You can either put head or feet holes here, but I recommend head holes. This is just to slow them down. You can also put punch holes through here instead of head holes. Just to slow people down from pushing in this bakery double door. And then you definitely want to reinforce this. This is your last reinforcement. This has to be reinforced. And that's to support the guy who's playing in here. Because usually you extend out into bakery to slow them down. For a bakery take, if there's nobody playing in bakery, then as an attacker, if these 2 walls are reinforced, and those 2 walls are reinforced, and there's nobody playing in bakery, and there's nobody playing in small bakery, then as an attacker, I know I can just come in here, and I've got this full map control. And once I've got this, I'm 1 room away from sight. So all I have to do now is figure out where people are, use my utility to move them to where I want them, breach this wall, come in, and plant. And I can plant there, or I could come in over this way, push into prep, pre-fire people that are maybe head glitching on the bomb, and then come in here, plant right behind the bomb right here at prep door. So that's why it's very important for you to secure this map space as a defender. Same with this small bakery area. It's very important not to give attackers full control of this whole area that I'm running right now. If an attacker is able to come in this window right here, usually you have somebody roaming like over here. If you're a roamer, you're somewhere over by White Stairs, you're able to push into VIP. You might be contesting this window here. You might contest attackers here. But if there's no roamer over here, and an attacker's able to come in here and get this whole side control right here, and this whole bar, just think how close they are to sight, how they've just basically collapsed you. As a defender, you got nowhere to play. You just all you can do is just hunker down in the site and hope you win your gunfights when they push in. So extending out some and keeping this control, or trying to retake this late, like a roamer who's roaming above, can push down these stairs here late in the round and try to retake control of this area of the map, and then get some picks right through this red hallway. That's extremely powerful. I also know some people who play in coat check, and that's all they do. Like they play right here. Like this is their spot. They'll peek out here. They'll stay here. They'll hold the small bakery the small bakery single door into bakery. They'll keep any utility from breaching this wall by shooting it off. They'll make the attackers swing them, and they'll play close with a shotgun. Smoke's a great pick for down here. And they'll just keep people off of this red hall. And that way nobody can push this door here without clearing that person out of there. And if you come to this window, it's so tough to get the person out of there, especially if they're patient and they make you have to push the window. Because I could tuck in here and destroy this chair, and I'm just tucked in here, or I can even step up on top of this. And there's like, you're not gonna kill me with a shotgun. You're not gonna kill me with an AR if you're jumping through this window and I've got a shotgun trained on you, because you're doing this number. Okay, where is he? Where is he? Okay, did he go out there? Is he over here? Okay, probably went out there. That's what I'm doing. I'm not jumping through this window and pre-firing up there. Like, they're not even gonna pre-fire you. You can just stand right up here and just boom with a shotgun. That person's dead. Boom with a shotgun. This person coming in the room is dead. Like, even if I'm coming in this room this way, okay, I might be able to see you. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, you might have an angle. You might have a one-way angle on them from there. So clearing you out, if you're standing up on top of that thing, you might be able to clear them. But it's a tough place for people to clear you out of, and you can always use your smokes to, prevent people from pushing you. So this is a great place to play with smoke. It's even better if you put your shield, if you put like a shield up, or have somebody put a shield up. Smoke's got barbed wire now, so maybe barbed wire in this red stairs, barbed wire here, give you an indication where they're coming from. Anyway, so maintaining this control is really important. It's very good if somebody plays like over here or Harry Potter, somewhere in this area, to kind of keep people off of pushing this kitchen side. I mean bakery side. Because once this bakery wall is breached, the player that was here can't really play here anymore. And so once this gets breached, if you're playing here, you've got to get back to site. Now you can play here. You can play close by this single wall. You can play tucked in here. You can play it back a little bit. You could even play here in prep, which is much safer. That's a better spot to play. And people are worried about like this angle. They're probably not worried about this head glitch angle when they come in, so you could play here and play up the head glitch. There we go. I just finished a conversation from 20 minutes ago. All right. That's the downstairs at Cafe. Let's go up red stairs. I'm not going to talk about site setup up here, because it'll just take too much time. There are two rooms here. One is mining. The other is train. Do not call this train. Do not call this mining. People get these mixed up for some reason. I don't know why. This is mining. This is train. This is not the train window. It's the mining window. There is no train window. So this is the mining window.
You have been spotted by hostiles.
This is the top red window, or red stairs. It's not top red, but it's you know, it is technically the highest window on red stairs. So top red window. A lot of
location
people
has
will
been
push out
compromised.
of this short hall. People call this short hall because it's right by mining. I've never heard it called museum entrance, although that is the name. I've never heard it called that. This is short hall. People will run out. I just call this red stairs middle hall. I'm just like, oh, he's middle red hall. He's middle red stairs on the hall, in the hall. You know, he's under the humidor hatch, which we'll talk about that call out later. People will run out here and kill people on river dock spawn, and so that's a very common run out. It's also very common for attackers to rappel up, like right here, and they'll come up on this little landing here, which is the Christmas landing, because that's the Christmas market spawn. So you can just call this Christmas landing, or he's out on flat, because it's flat. Some people call this flat. Don't call it air conditioning, because even though there isn't air conditioning here, there's another spot called air conditioning on the other side, which I'll show you here later on when we get over to White Stairs. But people will, a typical
Your location has been
attack
compromised.
is to take this mining site right here, because this is where the bomb is. The bomb is right here. Someone might be playing behind the bomb, or they might be playing left or right side of the window, depending on your perspective. A typical attack is just to hop in this window, go right here and plant. They might plant here, might plant here, you might plant here. You know, there's a lot of different places. You wouldn't plant here because defenders can play all in this area of train. And so it kind of depends on where the defenders are based on where you're going to plant. If there's somebody who's playing here, then you're not going to plant here. You're going to prefer a plant spot over there. Okay. This is the red train because it's red. This is the green train. A lot of people play inside these trains. So knowing those callouts, knowing where they're talking about. Nobody really has a call out for right here, but people do sometimes play behind here. You can actually open this up as a rotate between sight. And reinforce this right here. And then you can like get angles on people jumping in this window. I've seen people put feed holes here, making it difficult for somebody to plant there. I've seen people open these walls. I've seen people reinforce these walls. I've seen people reinforce these two walls. Most of the time those two get reinforced. Usually people open up this. Oh, I've run out of bullets. That's terrible. Usually people open up this and this. I'm out of bullets in that too. That's horrible. All right, we're gonna respawn here in a second. But they'll open up this wall and that wall, and usually like, oh, I can't do it. But they'll open it up here, and that gives you an angle through here to see all the way back over here. So if an attacker is coming in here and they're pushing this hallway, they're not looking for you to be inside the train right here with that angle shooting them in the head. It's a very tiny angle. Or even in the green train, this is an even better angle. People can be in the green train and can open that up and hold that hallway. That's very common. So you can open this up. I like to reinforce one of these two walls and open up the other one just to have the angles. And especially for this window right here. Because attackers will come in this fireplace window. Some people call this dining. It's not dining though. But some people call it second floor dining. look at the compass. The title is fireplace, but he's behind the table in dining. People will call that, but he's in fireplace. That's the call. So fireplace is the appropriate call. All right. I gotta go somewhere and like die because I have no ammo and I can't make any rotates or anything. Here's the white stairs window.
You have been spotted by
I don't
hostiles.
think I
Fall
can
back.
die out here. Yeah, I can't. This is the air conditioning unit that I said I would show you later. People get on this unit and they can get angles all the way to top white. It's the top of white stairs, and all the way into the piano door, which I'll show you that later, but where they're shooting. But that's very common for people to be on top of that air conditioning unit. So you can just say, oh, he's playing the air conditioning unit on snow, or he's playing the terrace air conditioning unit on white stairs, or by white stairs. And people know to look at the white window. I don't know how I can end this, because I can't jump out of this window. Yeah, there's the park spawn. I can't jump out of here. So I don't know. I can't die from my own smoke. All right. Cool, we'll just keep going. So this is middle white. So middle white stairs. Remember we have the bottom white, middle white, and top white. And then this is by white window. And here's top white. We'll get into the top floor calls later. Usually these two walls are reinforced, but sometimes there's a rotate or a mirror holding this. This here is laundry because there are laundry machines here. So this is laundry. There's a hatch above it. So if you play here, make sure that nobody's like breaching your hatch and killing you from above. This is the laundry hatch. It goes upstairs to cocktail. Right here. This cocktail. This here is a red hall, but it's not really called red hall. It's called 90 because there's a 90-degree turn. R90 is sometimes used because it's red 90, but it's 90. It's the only real 90 call on this map, so I would just call it 90. So, okay, we've got mining. We've got train. We've got fireplace. People like to play like tucked in here. I don't really have a specific call out for this, but I would say he's tucked by the green train by the wall, and that would be, you know, enough for that specific call out. It's not like under the clock or something. I don't know. Tell me if you think there should be a specific call out for this or what it is. This is like a single wall. This is also a single wall. So you could call it, you know, he's tucked by green single wall, or he's by fireplace single wall, because that's closest to the fireplace and, you know, goes into train. I don't know. So sad not having ammo to breach this. This is the 90 double wall. It takes 2 reinforcements. This area here goes into reading room, which is another bomb site, which you kind of play them almost the same way. This is the reading wall. You would want to reinforce those 2 walls for reading. This wall might be considered like the hall wall or the 90 wall, but even though that's the 90 wall, so I mean I don't know. This site doesn't get played nearly as much as some of the other sites, but I don't really know why this is called reading. But you tell me if you think you know why it's called reading. But someone could actually, no, I do know why it's called reading. Someone could hide behind here. This is just a bookcase. So you might say, oh, he's behind the case by reading wall. And people would know what you're talking about. Be careful though, because there's a half wall right here. It's kind of a half wall, another bookcase, but you know, he's playing half wall. There's usually a rotate right here into laundry. So I'd say he's playing half wall by the laundry rotate. Even if there's not a rotate there, if you said that, people would know what you're talking about. Some people would plant occasionally, like behind this couch. So you could say he's couches, even though there are other couches in here. But this is mainly, you might, if you wanted to be more specific, you could call he's by the lamp. You know, I would personally say he's by the reading door. He's by the reading door by the couch. I know there's another door over here. That's reading door, so you might have to be specific, like, oh, he's by the reading door that goes out to pillar. Like, he's by the pillar reading door. Reading single door by pillar. By the lamp. Planting by the lamp. Or something like that. This is also a very common plant spot right here. Planting behind the bookcase. So, very common. No one ever really plants here. But you could. I mean, it's not terrible. As long as you could cover it post-plant from back here. This is pillar because there are 3 pillars here. Here's the snow door that runs out to snow, or the terrace door. It's also called, so this balcony didn't used to exist. This is a new balcony, but this balcony also didn't used to exist. So this one gets called new balcony. This one here gets called heaven balcony. Because you got heaven, and then, you guessed it, that would be called hell. Personally, I just prefer snow door instead of hell. Some people call this Christmas, by the Christmas tree. And then there's also like a little half wall here that, oh, he's snow door half wall on top of brown stairs. Like, that's where he's playing. Here's brown stairs, snow door, half wall. Okay, that's where he is. Or he's terrace door, half wall. You might even say pillar door because it's really that's like the focus door here as well. Some people might call it pillar door. This is pillar window. You can see the spawn out to river docks. There's some like tables here. A lot of people play this little dark area, and so people call this dark. Playing dark inside pillar. So sometimes they'll be tucked dark. If you saw like a cab there when you were droning, you could say, oh, cab's tucked dark. She's tucked in the dark area by pillar. By the pillar window. Like, people would know what that meant, and they would be looking adjacent to the pillar window and pre-firing for cab. Pulse usually plays down here because this whole floor is soft, and then the bomb site's upstairs. Pulse can get a C4 throw and blow people up. This is pillar. This little area back here, so, you know, you might like label these like P1, P2, P3. People generally get confused with those. So I like to refer to like this whole area right here as pillar. And then if someone's playing back here, there's a heater. So you can call this heater. He's playing by the pillar heater. and then they kind of know he's closer to the reading wall. He's playing by the reading wall by pillar heater. He's that side. And this is the reading wall. Alright, that pretty much covers this area. I don't think I forgot anything. Let me think. Nope. I think we're good. Let's go upstairs. Got a minute and 40 seconds remaining here before I'm gonna switch off. So that's the white stairs. This area here has some construction going on, so sometimes it's called construction. It's a much less frequent call out than planks or stacks, because these are stacks, or just top white. Oh, he's top white. He's playing top white, and usually that means somebody's like right here, they're head glitching on top white, or they're playing by the stacks. He's on top of the stacks, top white. Anywhere over here is top white. This is White Hall. There's a White Hall downstairs and a White Hall up here as well. This would be bathroom window, even though it's not by the bath. I mean, here's the bathroom. It's not actually in the bathroom, but this is bathroom window, where this is white window, because it's white stairs. So he's at the white window. Some people call this the white window, so just be sure to ask, you mean on the white stairs or the White Hall? Because can't stand it. Can't stand it. And while we're at it, if you want this clock to stop, oh, do you have to shoot this? You have to shoot it. That's very sad. I'll shoot it in 15 seconds. All these benches are destructible too. So like people will destroy these benches and kind of areas that you couldn't touch them to destroy it. Okay. We're gonna cover the third floor last here. This is a comprehensive cafe breakdown. I'll even go over some vertical angles here in a minute. In fact, that is a great idea. I wanted to do that, but I ran out of like shotgun shells. Let's go park, grab sledge. We'll bring sledge shotgun. See how safe that is? Like, nobody's gonna shoot you if you run that way. Inner white stairs. I'm an ash main right now. I'm rushing white. I'm an ash main rushing white stairs. Always put barbed wire down here. Maybe down at the landing, but definitely here, so that you can hear someone as they come up. Sorry, guys. We gotta just pause. Oh my goodness. I missed my aim. You actually have to shoot both of those in order for the clock to stop. Okay. So this is white corridor. Top white. Most people just call top white. He's outside bathroom, top white. White corridor is fine too. There's usually a rotate here. That's the bathroom rotate. There's usually a rotate here. That's the freezer rotate. Sometimes the rotate is on this side, but you can get shot from the skylight if it's on that side. Back here, it's a lot harder to shoot you from the skylight. They can't really see your feet. The only time you would want to put the rotate over here is if, like, there are teams that will rappel up on this cocktail window, because this is cocktail. And they'll come up here and they'll get angles on you. They'll hold, you know, this window right here and try to shoot in the freezer. And I even know people who will reinforce these walls to try to play in freezer, and that's fine. I personally don't play like that. I like being able to rotate back, you know, because I like to extend sight. So I don't like to give them that much map control. So here's freezer. There's also another section of freezer. So what we do is we call this freezer, and we call this deep freeze, because you're deep freeze. You're in the deep freeze part of the freezer. This is the freezer wall. It almost always gets reinforced. Sometimes people open up this portion to get an angle on noob out, because people will drop this hatch and drop on a noob out, and they're probably not looking for that angle. They're probably looking for this angle right here, and then they're quickly switching their sights over here to see anybody who's playing behind the cart. So this is cart. Hold up. Let me give you these callouts here in a minute. Let's go back over here to bathroom. Okay. Some people will open this up. Some people will reinforce it. If you open it up, you can kind of play angles from here, like a little peek angle, and that's relatively difficult to see from these windows. Like, where is that peek angle? Like, I don't even see it. I really don't. I don't see it. I would be looking here, and someone would be shooting me from right there. Like, that's just so cheeky. And I'd never hit that person, because I'd be getting hit, especially if they're using a suppressor. I'd be getting hit, and I'd be like, where? I don't know where they are. I just wouldn't even push this window if I was in that situation. So this whole area here, some people call it cigar, other people call it lounge. I call it piano, because there's a piano. Some people call this top area piano. I call this stage, because you're on top of the stage. So this is piano. This is stage up here. And that's pretty common. A lot of the community calls it that way too. This is piano behind the couches. If you're going to call people behind these chairs, just be specific about it. So let me just specify a few things, and that'll help you. Maybe you could call chairs by the hatch. All right, this hatch here is over train. So you could, if you were playing the train site, you'd want to reinforce this hatch. Or you're going to play above and try to hold sight from above. So you might say, oh, he's playing the chairs in piano behind or on top of the hatch. And that would be a person playing here. This is a very risky spot to play. Here's another very risky spot to play. This right here, this counter is called ticket. And so this would be the ticket chairs, even though there's a chair right there. Personally, I just call piano. If they're in here, they're just piano. They're either outer stage piano, or they're inner stage, like they're on the stage up here. But I just call this all piano, because people move around in here so much. Now, sometimes I've called, oh, he's behind the couch and piano. And then people know what I'm talking about. In a default setup, this wall will be open. I don't know if it's default. I just prefer this wall open. These two walls will be reinforced. So reinforce both those walls, open this up. And the reason why is because you're going to put somebody in here with a shield. It doesn't have to be with a shield. It could be a zombie. Someone's going to play in this room here. A lot of people will reinforce this red wall or ticket wall. I like to just open up default instead. And I play a zombie back here. I put some zombie barricades up to protect me. And then I shoot people as they try to walk up red stairs, or if they try to drop the red hatch. This is the red hatch right here. This is top red. So this is top red stairs. Down there's middle red stairs. Oh, he's bottom red. He's pushing up. Okay, he's top red. He's underneath the hatch. All right, and you see how that's a one-way angle? Like, you cannot kill me because you don't see me, but I see you. I see most of your body from here. So I would be able to wallbang you and kill you if I was playing back in this area and being aggressive. A lot of people put a shield right here, and it creates a pixel peak on the ticket window. That's the ticket window, because that's ticket. That's where you get your tickets. That's the ticket window. And you can have this like pixel peak with the shield, like right there. And you can also play like a pixel right here on Cigar Shop. This area here is Cigar Shop. So by playing in here, and if I destroy this, I can get a pixel. And so because I can get that pixel, this is called pixel. This little area. That's pixel. Okay. I'm going to go into Cigar Shop. If anyone's playing in here, it's just Cigar Shop. This is also the J desk, because it looks like a J. I just call it Cigar Desk. Or CS Desk. CS for Cigar Shop. A lot of people call this CS, and I do as well. So it's CS. He's playing in CS. This is technically humidor because there's like cigars and stuff in here, so people will play in here with a shotgun and fry people as they drop the hatch down here. You drop on the hatch, and you're not expecting somebody to be right there shooting you in the face. So this is Nubauk. I've already talked about this because we went up on the roof when we saw this. Some people will play like over in this corner here, but it's very risky. You can be seen from this window here. You can be swung from red stairs. You can be shot from the hatch. Most of the time, if they're playing under here on Nubauk, they're playing like close. He's close on Nubauk. He's close to this area right here. And that's more typical. Let's see. If somebody's playing in this humidor spot right here, you can just open up this piano window and you'll be able to kill them out of there. That's the counter for them playing in there. This is piano window. This is the south window piano because it's on the south side. So if you hear someone rappelling out here, anywhere out here, there's bottom white stairs down there. If they're rappelling on this window, you can actually peek them and kill them from bottom white. If they're just hanging out here, not pressing, they're just hanging, you can just run down here and shoot them from bottom white. But that's the south window. This here is the west window, and I just call it the Christmas window on piano. You can spawn peek through Christmas. And then this is the ticket window. All right. Okay. So we went over freezer, deep freezer. This is the bar. This is inner bar in here. This is outer bar. There are 3 default plant spots here. One is by trash. Oh, he's planting by trash because those are trash cans. So like a common take would be you breach this wall, you push in, you clear freezer, and you plant trash. But you've already taken all of piano control first. More frequently, this is the default plant right here. And this is the plant you'll see more frequently. This area here was played by a Pro League player called Shiko. And so this area here is called Shiko. It's an aggressive area where you can play on this hatch. You can peek on this skylight. But you're also like, you're in a good spot to get away. Like you can run away by dropping red here and flanking up red stairs if you ever needed to. It's aggressive, but you can play it very well. So that's Shiko. This bar here, I just call it default, but you can call this S1 and S2 because it's the skylight. S1, S2 underneath the skylight bar 1, skylight bar 2. This is all outer bar, everything out here. There's sometimes a rotate over here, which is just by the heaven balcony. Some people will play like back here, and you can say, oh, he's heaven balk behind the, I don't know what this thing's called. He's by the half wall heaven balk. You could even say that, and people will be able to shoot it from there. But that's a common angle that people use. But it's really good to kill people on new balk. That's the heaven window. This is the cocktail side of the map. This is C1, C2, and C3. This one is very common. People will come in and plant right here. That's the cocktail rotate, I guess you might say. People will open this up sometimes. They'll play up here, and they'll get angles on the red door from up here. That's not the red door, that's actually CS. It's the CS door into bar. There's 2 freezer doors. You can call this freezer 1, freezer 2. Based on the skylight, like he's freezer door 1, freezer door 2. But personally, I just call this, I mean, yeah, I like freezer 1, freezer 2, honestly, but you could say freezer door by white, and then this would be freezer door by CS, by cigar shop side. And this here is cart. Sometimes people will tuck back here and play back here too. It's very aggressive. You'll get fried from the skylight, so be careful about that. You can get a really cool angle on the skylight right here. No one expects that angle. It's so hard to see, and you will kill a lot of people. This is a very common place to play. You can break this. All of this is destructible, and you can kill people coming in this cigar shop door, the CS door. And yeah, and if somebody's playing here, the bomb chassis is here, so this is under the skylight. So this is, he's playing under the skylight by the bomb. You know, right side, left side, if you want it. So those are all the callouts for Cafe. Reinforce this wall. Reinforce these 2 walls. You can reinforce or not reinforce these. It doesn't matter. Open this up. Reinforce or not reinforce these. It doesn't matter. I prefer to open that up. You know, yeah, you could, if you're standing on this hatch and you're worried about a Maru, you could reinforce the hatch if you wanted. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So have somebody play in cocktail or close to this right here. Maybe put a Mura on this wall to watch sight, and put a rotate here. Put a rotate in the bathroom. Yeah. This is C1, C2, C3 for where they are in cocktail. You could also say the laundry hatch. He's on the cocktail hatch on laundry. You could open that up, and that way you've got a way to flank people if they're coming white stairs and they're playing stacks. You can come, you know, drop and then come right up and kill them. So, all right, there is a very comprehensive look at Cafe. I hope this was helpful. Again, thanks for watching, and peace.